Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here. So yesterday, PC Gamer released an article about Bannerlord, referencing a Q&A that happened over on their official forums, and so I just wanted to kind of cover what it said. It's really not much, but it does kind of give us some information by not giving us information, if that makes any sense. And so I figured it was worth at least discussing. This is probably going to be going up on Friday alongside my Battle Brothers Let's Play. So this article will have dropped 2 days ago for you guys. I'm recording this on Thursday. And I'll have a link to the article as well as the questions from the forum so that you guys can kind of see the actual information rather than PC Gamer's take on it. But this is pretty much summing it up right here. Work is still progressing, but there's no sign of a release date, and I don't think we're going to get one for a while. So it just kind of mentions here, around E3, there was a bunch of stuff for Bannerlord that came out, and then we got like nothing for a while. Improving combat systems, yada yada yada. Obviously, everything is still a work in progress. They're trying to improve the animations, things like that. So it talks about it had been mentioned at one point that the character would age and could possibly die, and that you would play through a lineage of characters, basically. And they're still pretty hush hush on that. He's basically saying here that like it could still be dropped from the game or not implemented. So no confirmation there really. Hopefully that's something they keep, although to me it wouldn't be game breaking if they decided to drop it. I don't really care. But it's a nice feature, don't get me wrong. It's just I'd rather have, Bannerlord than that particular feature. This is pretty important right here. They've emphasized that there's no external testing taking place, so there hasn't been any like closed alphas or betas or anything like that we weren't aware of. So nobody's touched this game other than the devs, which I think is a little bit telling as to the state that the game is currently in. Now, whether they're trying to put out a really polished beta before they, let anybody get their hands on it, or if the game just really isn't in a playable state is, completely up for debate. It could just be that they want to put out the best possible beta that they can, which is nice, but it could also be that the game is still in a very early alpha state and it's just not playable. So what that means exactly, we don't know, but definitely we'd like some information on that. I would. Other noteworthy points, this is a nice little just kind of summary. So character animations are not currently final. So if there's any animations you thought looked really bad, now would be the time to go over to the forums and kind of make your opinion known. Multiplayer uses the same equipment slots as single player, so you have the same options for loadouts in both versions of the game. Currently, you cannot, it is not currently possible to turn off permadeath. So I guess that feature is, that would make me think that feature is implemented, but who knows. No stamina style feature for either players or AI, and the possibility of a co-op campaign remains slim. Yeah, I was somebody who, when I heard people asking for that, I just didn't get it. It would be cool, but it's not going to work. You can't have like a co-op campaign because the battles in Warband, when you go into a battle and you come back out, no time in the game has passed, and you can't have a co-op campaign where that happens. So either you're going to lose a big chunk of like game time, where if you're in a battle somebody else can be running around sacking your villages or whatever, or they have to stop playing while you're in a battle unless they're in the battle with you, which it's just not going to work, and I never thought it would. So I would prefer that they just drop this altogether. I don't know why people are so hung up on it, but I was never withholding any sort of hope that this was going to be a thing. Let's see. Yeah, basically the Tail Worlds rep says it's almost impossible without cutting down on what the game offers, and I agree 100%. So there's just no point. If you want to play with other people, play online. Um, so blah blah blah. Finally, estimated playable date and more precisely a lack thereof. Really can't talk about dates at all. I want to say that's looking at least a little early, though, to be honest. And they're referencing the question of whether or not people would be able to get their hands on it in the next 2 months. And so it's looking like their estimate of having something in our hands at the end of last year was a very, very optimistic estimate. So it looks like we probably won't be playing the game until maybe this summer at the earliest. And that's in the form of some sort of like early access or closed beta. Which is a bit disappointing, but I would prefer that they take their time and get this right rather than just kind of throw it out there like other games tend to do. Cough, cough, No Man's Sky. But yeah, so it's a bit disappointing news, but again, I'd rather they take their time, make the game what we all hoped it would be. And then it'd be nice if they did some sort of early access or beta where we could get our hands on it and sort of influence the development at least a little bit. Obviously, they need to have kind of a vision for what they want to do, and they shouldn't let players influence that too much. But for small things that could use refining, it never hurts to have your actual player base kind of weigh in on those. But there's the news. Since I get questions almost on a daily basis on my Bannerlord videos of when the game's going to release, still no sign of a release date, still no sign of an early access date. If it happens, I'll let you know, but if I don't, it's because I don't know and nobody else does. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you found that interesting and informative. Thank you so much for watching. I always have a great time talking about Bannerlord with you guys. I'll try to put out some more fun Bannerlord stuff going forward, more like the character roleplay type stuff that we were doing before. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.